Hi children, good morning everyone. Are you ready for today's class? Hope you do so. Okay, let's start our lesson of food components. You already learned about the food components. What are food components? They are the nutrients present in our food. What are they? They are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So the importance of carbohydrates are they are energy yielding foods. Proteins are body building foods. Fats are also rich in energy and vitamins and minerals give us protection against various diseases. That is, they give resistance to fight against the diseases. So we have to take plenty of vegetables, fruits, green leafy vegetables and include them in our diet regularly to protect against the diseases. Okay children, hope you do so. Okay, next, water and fiber are also very important to be included in our diet regularly to make our diet a balanced one. Otherwise, we become dehydrated, and also if the fiber is reduced in our body, then it leads to constipation. Okay, so we have to take all the components along with water and fiber in our diet to make our diet a balanced one. Okay, next, coming to the test for the carbohydrates which I told you in the previous class. So the test for carbohydrates, carbohydrate test, what are the chemicals that is taken for the carbohydrate test? They have taken dilute iodine solution, isn't it? For to test the carbohydrates, we have taken the chemicals. What are the chemicals that are required? So only one chemical you are taking to test it. What is it? Dilute iodine solution. It is taken, isn't it? The substance is taken, and if you add the dilute iodine, few drops of dilute iodine solution to the substance that is taken, then if it turns to dark blue or black, it proves the presence of carbohydrates in that particular substance. Okay children? So that you have learned in the previous class. Observation is chemical taken. Observation is substance turns dark blue or black. Turns dark blue or black in color. Okay, next coming to the protein test. What are the chemicals that are taken for the protein test children? First one is carbohydrate, I told you, and protein test, the chemicals that are taken are number one, copper sulfate solution. How much copper sulfate solution you are taking? 2% copper sulfate solution. 2% copper sulfate solution and 10% sodium hydroxide solution. Sodium hydroxide solution. How do you prepare this copper sulfate solution and sodium hydroxide solution? That is about 2% copper sulfate solution is prepared by taking 2 grams of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water, and 10% sodium hydroxide solution is prepared by taking 10 grams of sodium hydroxide pellets in the 100 ml of water. If it is dissolved in 100 ml of water, it forms 10% sodium hydroxide solution. From these 2 drops of copper sulfate solution is added to the substance that is taken to be tested. For the proteins, as you know well, that we will be taking milk or any pulses, grams, etc. that in a powdered form or a milk in a liquid form. So that you know well that it is in liquid form itself. And next, 10 grams, that is a 10% sodium hydroxide solution, 10 drops of sodium hydroxide solution is added along with 2 drops of copper sulfate solution to the substance that is taken to test. Then if it turns, what is your observation here? The substance turns to violet or purple. The substance turns to violet or purple. Then it proves the presence of proteins in that given substance. Violet or purple. This proves that the substance contains proteins. So if it is carbohydrates, when an addition of dilute iodine solution to the substance that is taken, if it turns dark blue or black, then it is proved that the substance contains carbohydrates or starch in it. If you are doing the protein test, to the substance that you have taken, if you add the 2% copper to a given substance, to a sample of a substance. Then if it turns to violet or purple, then it proves that the substance contains proteins in it. And next, fat test you have done, isn't it? What is a fat test? In a fat test, you have taken a paper and the substance that you are testing, you are putting it over the paper and smashing it. Then what you are doing? You are removing the substance from it. You are making the paper plain over the table and seeing the paper and keeping against the light source. Then you can see that the paper turns translucent. The translucent nature of the paper proves that the substance contains fats in it. Okay, so fat test observation means for the fat test you are taking what are the substances that are required for the fat test, the substance that is to be tested, and then a piece of paper, a light source. Okay, it's enough. A light source is enough. So what is your observation in the fat test? Paper turns. If you keep the substance that is to be tested over the paper and squash it, and then you can see that and remove the paper and keep it plain over the table and see against the light source, then you can see that the paper turns translucent. Paper turns translucent. So this proves that the substance contains fats in it. Okay, that is the test for fats. The three tests you are aware with now. Okay, and next, water. You know very well that water is very essential for the body. You have to take plenty of water that is required for our body. At least 4 to 5 liters of the water is to be taken regularly for that is required for your body. Okay, children. So water moves the food easily through the food pipe and it makes the food to digest well. Okay, and next it also helps for the controlling of your body temperature and excreting the waste from your body and transmitting the nutrients to the cells. So water is very, very important for your body that you have already learned. And now coming to the fibers. Fibers are also a kind of carbohydrates which leads to the increase of the bowel movement and helps in digestion. If you do not take the fibers or fibers are not included in your diet, then you suffer from constipation. So to prevent or to avoid the constipation, your daily diet should include plenty of fibers. They are also called as roughages. What are fibers called as, children? They are also called as roughages. So in today's class, I am going to tell you that how a balanced diet can be maintained, a cheaper one. How even a cheaper, that is a poor people also can afford to take a balanced diet. Not only the rich people can prefer to take the balanced diet, but also a poor people can plan themselves to make their diet a balanced one. How is it? We'll see now today. Okay, so a poor man's diet. What is a poor man's diet? Normally a kitchen items, that is a green leafy vegetables that are grown in their kitchen, can be used regularly in their diet, and also rice, rotis, pulse, a little pulse, and green leafy vegetables with a little oil and jaggery makes the diet a balanced one. It is very cheaper also indeed. Okay, so a balanced diet can also be a cheaper one. That I told you now. Is it? Balanced diet can also be a cheaper one. Can be cheap indeed. That I told you. So what are generally what a balanced diet contain? It contains the substances like rice, pulses, regularly you include it in your diet. Vegetables or green leafy vegetables, isn't it? Or you can say greens. Greens, a little oil which gives you fats for your diet, and then a little oil, jaggery, sugars, that is jaggery, where your diet can be met easily. So these are the levels, that is carbohydrates, proteins, where you get chapati from pulkas, chapati, rice, all you get the carbohydrates, all the cereals, whole grains. They are the whole grains. Contain the carbohydrates, tubers. They also contain the carbohydrates. Sugars contains the carbohydrates, and jaggery also contain the carbohydrates. And pulses, which belongs to proteins. So rice is a cereal that should be included in our diet regularly, and pulses, they form different types of pulses, as you know, red gram, green gram, black gram, bengal gram, peas, beans. So all this comes under this proteins, and also you should include them in your diet regularly, along with the animal sources too. That is egg, also can milk, egg, animal sources of proteins also can be included in your diet, along with the fat, ghee, milk. Milk also contains a little bit of fat in it, and also ghee, vanaspati, dalda, all contain the fat, but they should be taken in a very little quantity, and only the unsaturated fatty acids like the oil should be included in your diet, which is very much essential for your fat requirement of your body. And you can meet the vitamins and minerals through the green leafy vegetables and fruits and vegetables. Vitamins and minerals can be met through the vegetables, greens, that is called as green leafy vegetables. I am writing in a short manner. And fruits. If they are included in the diet regularly, any one of the fruit, and if these are planned and included in our diet, then it maintains your diet in a balanced one. And not only balancing your diet is not sufficient, it should be cooked in a proper manner. If the cooking levels increases, that is overheating or overcooking, you can say that overcooking, reheating and cutting the vegetables, that is washing the vegetables after cutting is also to be avoided to maintain the nutrients in them. Otherwise the nutrients are lost and you cannot get the diet in a balanced manner. So you have to take precautions while cooking also. Even if you take all the ingredients, all the components in a proper manner, if the cooking levels are not maintained properly, then also it is not a balanced one. Okay children? And next, coming to the that is how much amount of these components you have to take, that is which component to be taken in plenty, which component to be taken moderately, and which component to be taken sparingly and abundantly. We'll see now. So what are the components of food? What are the components of food that are taken in plenty? Fruits, vegetables and green leafy vegetables are to be taken in plenty. And the components like rice, that is a regular diet of our state, that is Andhra Pradesh, is rice. So we take that abundant quantity of rice and pulses daily in our diet. Whereas when you go to the north side, they prefer to take the grain wheat, that is they prefer wheat products mostly like chapatis, pulkas, etc. in the north side. So this is included in their diet. According to the that is the growth, that is the crops that are grown in a particular area, the carbohydrates are taken accordingly, the grain, that cereals are taken accordingly depending upon the particular place. But carbohydrates are present in all the grains. If whole grains are taken, they contain the fiber in them and they protect ourselves from the constipation also. Okay children, and so they have to be taken in plenty. Carbohydrates and pulses should be taken regularly, otherwise you suffer from protein energy malnutrition, PEM. It is called as PEM, protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition. So you have to take carbohydrates and proteins in abundant levels. Protein energy malnutrition. So if the nutrition is not maintained properly, it leads to the protein energy malnutrition. Especially children suffer from this PEM because they do not take the proper amounts of the proteins and carbohydrates. So your mother daily plans accordingly to maintain these levels in your diet regularly. So mostly the cereals, that is the carbohydrates and pulses, carbohydrates and proteins, you can say. These are carbohydrates and proteins. Carbohydrates, proteins. They are taken abundantly. How they are taken? They are taken abundantly. Okay, next coming to the fruits and vegetables. Green leafy vegetables and fruits and vegetables. They are taken in plenty. They are taken in plenty. And now coming to moderately and sparingly. What are the food materials that you have to take moderately? Oils, vegetable oils should be taken. Cooking oils should be taken moderately. Cooking oils should be taken moderately. And what are you taking? Sparingly. Sparingly, very little. So fats, that is ghee, vanaspati, dalda you say, isn't it? So these you have to take cheese also. Cheese, all the milk products, sweets and all which you get from this to be taken very little. It is called as sparingly. So there may be a question for you that what are the food items that you take abundantly, plenty, moderately and sparingly. What will you write at that time? You will be writing carbohydrates and pulses to be taken abundantly, and proteins, that is the vegetables and green leafy vegetables should be taken in plenty, and ghee, vanaspati, dalda, all the saturated fats should be taken very little, that is sparingly, and moderately you can take the cooking oils which are essential fats that are required for our body. So this is about the amount of the items, that is food items in a component levels, how much levels of component you have to maintain in your diet to make your diet a balanced one. So you can see that not only maintaining the balanced diet, it is components, all the nutrients, meeting your nutrients in your food is not sufficient. They should be cooked in a proper manner. They should not be reheated, or while cooking, while cutting the vegetables, they should be washed and cut, but not after cutting. They should not be washed. If it is done, nutrients are lost. And also the amount of food that you have to take to maintain your health in a good conditions are as follows. As the abundant foods like carbohydrates and proteins, plenty foods to be taken regularly are fruits and vegetables, and oils and fats should be taken in a very little amounts in your diet. So hope you have understood about this up to now, children. Now we'll move to the junk foods. Okay, note down this topic first. Okay, children, so you know about the components of the food and how much levels of components of the food should be included in your diet. Now, coming to the junk foods. You have to avoid junk foods. Junk foods are very dangerous to our body and they are health hazard. Why they are health hazard? Because junk foods contain more fats in them and they cause damage to our digestive system. So you should prevent eating the junk foods. Outside food should be prevented. The food that are prepared and at home should be taken regularly. Don't avoid eating the junk foods. The overheating of oil and the outside foods contain them, and so you have to prevent the junk foods. Okay, children, and coming to the fact that in our country, especially in India, we practice different ways in preparation of the food. So the cultural food habits also depend upon the preparation of the food. Okay, and next coming to the nutrition. So what is nutrition? Nutrition is intake of the nutrients from our food. It is called as nutrition. So how much amount of the nutrients are taken by an individual tells you in the nutrition. So modern science of the father of the modern science of nutrition was the Frenchman Lavoisier, father of modern science of nutrition. He was Frenchman Lavoisier. So his life period was between 1743 to 1793. 1743 to 1793. So he paved a way for the research in the nutrition. So how much amount of the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals should be included in your diet, everything. So the research made on the nutrients was first done by the scientist named Lavoisier. He belongs to French. Okay, and next, and the James Lind in 1752, he discovered for the cure for the scurvy disease. That is, by eating the fruits and vegetables, we can cure certain diseases like scurvy, that is bleeding gums from your teeth. So these are the nutritional deficiency diseases can be controlled by eating the fruits and vegetables. This was said by James Lind. James Lind discovered the scurvy disease. Okay, he discovered the scurvy disease and cure for the scurvy disease. Cure for scurvy disease. How? By eating fresh fruits and vegetables, especially citrus fruits. Fresh fruits, especially citrus. Okay, citrus fruits and vegetables. So this is about the food components in your topic, okay, of 7th standard. And also you can learn much more about the vitamin deficiency, mineral deficiency diseases and their protective, that is the protective measures, how do they do so. I'll tell you in the next class. Okay children, hope you have understood this. Continue to write the notes of this junk foods and what are the possible effects of junk foods. You write in your homework. Okay children, note down. Now we'll recall today's topic, that is food components. What are the different food components and then how to maintain a balanced diet, and even a poor people can also maintain a balanced diet indeed regularly. And also we have covered about the junk foods and how to cook the food to maintain the balanced diet, and what is nutrition and who are the scientists who worked out upon the nutrition. Okay, so the research made on nutrition, there were so many scientists upon them. Frenchman Lavoisier was the first and he was called as the father of the modern nutrition. Okay children, and next James Lind, he was the scientist who discovered the cure for the scurvy disease. So and also in the 19th century, it was known that carbohydrates, proteins and fats are obtained by our body through the food in itself. Okay children, and you also know how to maintain the balanced diet. Okay, so cooking in a normal manner, not only maintaining the balanced diet is not enough, it should be cooked in a proper manner. That means it should not be reheated or overcooked, or it should not be cut and washed. It should be washed. The vegetables should be washed and then only they should be cut for usage. So if you maintain all these processes, then your diet becomes a balanced one. included all the components in your food in a required proportions. So what are the amounts of the nutrients that are required, that will be seen in your higher classes. Okay, children. And so in your today's class, the homework is the first question. What are the steps to be taken to maintain our diet a balanced one? First question. Okay. Second question. Write about junk foods. Third question. Who is father of modern science of nutrition? Fourth question. Who discovered cure for scurvy disease? What is it? Hope you have understood today's topic, children. In the next class, I'll tell you about the vitamin mineral deficiency diseases and what are the material, that is the food items that to be included to prevent these diseases. Okay, children. Have a nice day and stay safe at your homes. Okay, thank you.